Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good vibes, good energy, good people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you guys want to support my brand, yes, I am a fashion designer. I have a lot of new drops. It's inspiredbydreams.shop. And you guys go check it out. I have a lot of new drops in there. And next season I got a lot of surprises. So you wanna pay attention to what's going on. Okay, today's episode, we're talking about the difference between snitching and telling. Yes, there is a difference. I see all the time a lot of people that's not even involved in the streets trying to play this role and trying to abide by the street codes, and they know nothing about it. And I think there's a lot of confusion in between this snitching and telling. So we're going to break it all down and see what's going on and how people feel about it. Or does it even exist in these times? Let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made it. What you made, Mickey?
Mickey made it.
Trust nobody. Trust nobody.
They're all easy for you to so I think if you I go then give you back breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You go with me, right? Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, man. Okay? We're good, man. I appreciate it.
And they need to tell them everybody, man.
I really honestly think that people really get confused on what snitching is. Like, people be thinking that if you even tell anything, that's snitching. To me, I think snitching only applies to if you're like in a gang or you're like in the streets, because, you know, in the streets, that's the number one rule, is not to snitch, because you know the consequences of snitching. If you're like a regular person, like a civilian who's just trying to live a normal life, and you see somebody commit a crime, or you're like a victim of a crime and you tell the police about it, how is that snitching? I don't really think that's snitching. If anything, that's you seeking justice, because if you want this guy in jail, like, you gotta tell the police what happened. So to me, I don't think that's snitching at all. Now, if it's like a situation where you and some other people decide to like commit a crime, and then like the police picks you up and then they decide to give you 20 years unless you flip on the other people for your freedom. Okay, that's kind of messed up. But then again, who's going to do 20 years for somebody? Because I'm not doing 20 years for nobody. But also, it's like, why would you want to put yourself in like that type of position where you have to stand 10 toes down and do the time, or you have to give up the other people that did it with you for your freedom, you know? Me personally, who wants to be in that position? But yeah, that's what I think snitching is. I think snitching is only a concept when it comes to being in the streets. But like, if you're just a civilian, I don't think you're snitching at all. Well,
do you know the difference in straight up snitching and just reporting a crime? For anybody that don't know, I go by patrolman_G on all social media platforms. I've been in law enforcement for 16 years. If someone have done something to you, trying to do something to you, threatening to do something to you, you are not a snitch if you pick up the phone, dial 911 and report it. That is not what a snitch is. A snitch is, let's say we commit a crime together, okay? I get caught. And I go tell them that you was involved too and they didn't know it. Or I tell everything that we did to get a lighter sentence or to get off completely, and you end up with it all. Then that's a snitch. But if I'm just a victim in a situation, or I see something happening to somebody and I pick up the phone and I report it, I'm not a snitch. I'm either a person that's calling, telling what happened to me and I'm trying to press charges about it, or I'm being a good citizen, I'm being a good neighbor and reporting what I saw to help you out in your situation. So don't get caught up thinking, oh man, they broke in my car, they stole my car, broke in my house, assaulted me, whatever. Don't get up thinking you owe the streets any allegiance by not reporting something, because they might see you as a snitch. If they do, they don't know what a snitch is. I think it's these little opportunist criminals that get out and kind of get confused on what a snitch is and what a victim is reporting a crime. Real career criminals, they know that there are consequences to their actions. They expect, hey, if they get caught, if they get seen or whatever, they expect the victim to call the police. And they don't expect you to get in court and all of a sudden forget about everything that's happened. They know the likelihood behind this. They're just willing to accept it. If anybody got any questions, concerns, or comments about it, let's talk about it in the comment section.
Let's keep it real. Sometimes snitching ain't snitching, and sometimes keeping it real ain't keeping it real. Let me give you a scenario. Okay, you and two of your homeboys riding around, right? You the driver, you got one in the passenger side, you know he got a pistol on him, right? And a bag of dope. Okay, then the dude in the back seat ain't got nothing. Y'all get pulled over, right? They tell y'all to get out the car. Of course, he gonna cuff the shit up under the seat. Am I right? Yeah, I know I'm right. He ain't gonna keep it on the car. He know he finna get searched down. All right? When they find the shit because he didn't cuff it right or cuff it enough, and they ask, whose shit is this? Do the driver not speak up? See, this was wrong with society. So the driver ain't gonna say shit, right? Guess what? The dude that had the shit that it belonged to ain't gonna say shit, right? Now guess what? All y'all motherfuckers go to jail. Why? That shit dumb as hell, man. Young people, stop falling for that bullshit, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Either all y'all go to jail or they let them go and the driver go to jail. So now you done went to jail because you done kept it real, right? And ain't said nothing. But the dude who put the shit up under the car, who knew it was his shit, didn't keep it real and say, oh, no, man, that ain't his shit, that's mine. I'm going to take that up under the chin like a soldier. I'll go do that little shit. I'm going to burn out on that bullshit. Well, I'm going to fuck that man out for when he didn't have nothing. I knew I had it. He was giving me a ride across town. You see what I'm saying? See, that's that bullshit right there. Oh, man, but soon as the driver say, no, man, that ain't mine, that's his. He look at him, oh, man, you snitching. No, nigga, this your shit. If I'm going to give you a ride, I ain't got nothing to do with what you got going on in your pocket, your pants, whatever. You ask me for a ride across town because we homeless. We get pulled over before we get across town. And now I got whole new charges because of your ass. Nigga, fuck that, nigga. Y'all, hey, quit letting people do y'all like that, man. That's dumb, man. Straight up. I give you a ride, I'm doing you a favor. But I got to catch a charge out of me doing you a favor? Man, where that make sense at, man? Y'all got this game. Y'all got this shit fucked up. First of all, I ain't even let. That's why I'm so low dolo. Nigga, you ain't riding with me. Cause it done happened to me before. And guess what? I kept it real, didn't say nothing. And guess who went to jail? Me. While the other two niggas went free. Man, fuck that, man. Youngsters, wake up, man. You gotta know which is snitching and which real and all that. Because how you snitching, but he don't say nothing to let you go down for the count. And you ain't got nothing to do with it. And he say that's real? Bro, that's fake as fuck, man. So, man, I got to go, man. I got to make a bank, bro. I'm at the bank. Hey, open, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all better start watching out for yourselves, man, and start thinking, man. Straight up. I'm keeping it real. Shit, drop your comment. Cause I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, man, don't say nothing, you dumb mother, been to jail. Man, I'm out, man.
You do want to unalive somebody. I would think that including 5 people, 5 or more people,
somebody gonna snitch.
Somebody gonna tell.
Yeah, right? I think that when you want to do a crime, you got to do stuff solo.
Less is more.
Less is more. 5 people, somebody gonna tell. Statistically, it's statistics.
I mean, we're not trying to educate
deal with
kids how to.
Yeah, we're not trying to educate you, but just know. Less is more. When you doing a crime, that's why serial killers get away with crimes for so long, because they be the only one doing the crime. They don't have no assistants, no accessories to the crimes.
Yeah,
that's why it's harder to find them. Sometimes it takes 20, 30 years to find the Zodiac killer, and still he dies, and you still don't even know whether or not the Zodiac killer was the Zodiac killer. Because you know why? Because he had no accessories to the crime. See, a lot of y'all gang members be out there doing crimes involving 4, 5, 6, 7. Statistically, your ass going down once it's past 2. You can't even trust one other person. And now you done added 3, 4, 5, 6 other people to the mix. And then because y'all a gang, y'all all talk and be like, yo, dirt. So you done told somebody outside the 5. It's like the game of telephone. Those 5 people done told 10 other people in the game. Now everybody know the information. Your ass is going to jail.
Church.
A lot of people think that if they go to work and they tell HR about something that is going wrong in the company, that they're automatically protected from being retaliated against. But that's not the case. The law doesn't protect anyone who reports any wrongdoing from a company. The law protects people who report illegal wrongdoing at the company. Just because the company has an ethics policy and you find out that someone has violated that ethics policy, unless it's about a legally protected ethics complaint, like securities fraud, government fraud, or workplace discrimination, it's not going to be illegal to fire you. They can fire you for snitching about something that violates a workplace policy unless that workplace policy is backed by the force of law. So before you decide to go and talk about your employer or your coworkers about what they're doing, find out if that conduct that you're reporting is actual illegal conduct. If it's just some policy within the company, be careful. If you want to tell on people, that's fine, but make sure you're prepared for the consequences of snitching.
One thing I tell all my friends, associates, whether you just met me or you know me for years, do not commit a crime around me. Because one thing I do not do is jail. So if you commit a crime in my presence and the police come knocking at my door, or I have to go to a police station and they ask me questions, okay, you won't go ahead and call my ass Patti LaBelle. I'm Celine Dion. I am Aretha Franklin. I am singing. Mic is on. I am singing. Okay? I'm Beyonce on the Renaissance tour. I am singing. I'm telling everything. Okay? Because if it comes down to me and you doing time, I'm going to save me every time. I'm taking every deal on the table. Period. So if I'm around you and you want to commit a crime, stop the car, let me out. So I don't know nothing.
See, that's backwards. You can't hang with snitches. Snitching is the worst thing to ever happen to the hood. You this, you that, you that. If you a snitch or you hanging around rats, blase. But your own boy is a deadbeat father and you hang with him every day. He should be treated worse to the snitch. I mean, let's keep it real. Snitching has had something to do with somebody committing the crime and they telling on them. But you got a child that you birthed and you wanted. You actually made that thing and you ain't trying to take care of it at all. That's below snitching to me. But you hanging with that deadbeat. And I don't want to hear, oh, my baby mama keep me from my son. The police trying to keep you out of prison. You keep going there. So tell me what's what? The police? Weaker than your baby mama.
Listen, I'm a girl's girl through and through and through. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm an everyone's girl. I'm an everyone's girl through and through and through. I don't care if you're my friend, if you're their friend, if you're her friend, his friend, their friend. I don't care. I don't care if you're a he, a she, a they, a gay, queer. I don't care what you identify as. Unless you identify as a fucking cheater, then I'm going to tell on you. I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't care how we're connected, how we're tied. I don't care if we've been best friends for life. I'm going to urge you to stop doing scumbag shit and to own up to your scumbaggery to the person who needs to hear it, or I'm going to go ahead and oust your scumbaggery for you. Okay, I don't care what you got going on. I don't care if your grandma died last week and then your dog got hit by a car and then you fucking totaled your car and you lost your job and you're just going through a lot and this was a mistake. I don't give a fuck. Because what you're going through or your experiences before are not an excuse to traumatize people in the future. I don't give a fuck. If your life is in shambles, bitch, if you're a cheater, I'm snitching you out. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, we had a conversation about snitching and telling. Now, there's a big difference. Now, me personally, where I was raised up, once you get caught, if you got caught alone, you take your weight. Anybody else's name come up, you don't know them, you never heard of them, they got nothing to do with it. And now, the new game is you get caught, you go down, you bring other people down. They call it dry snitching. Nobody's name should ever come up in your case. If you driving down the street and the feds pull you over and you get caught and nobody's involved, you go to jail, you get arraigned, you get indicted, and then 3 to 6 months later, other people's name came up in your case. That's dry snitching, and that's snitching. So if a person didn't have any involvement in that case, they supposed to sit there and tell your ass, period. If they had no actual involvement in that case, and then their name come up in your case unknowingly, and nobody know how, because you the only one got caught, they supposed to tell. Now telling is, if me and you in a car together, and you know this gun and this work is yours, and they pull us over, you let the work sit there and you say it ain't mine. And I say it ain't mine, but you know it's yours, and you let me go down for it, that man's supposed to tell on you, because he had no knowledge and he had no involvement in that crime. He's a civilian. Now me and you on that mission together, we going to come country to pick this bag up, and we know to pick this bag up, and we splitting this bag 50-50 when we get touched back down to our location, and we get pulled over, come from California or Texas or AZ. And the boy said, who drugs is it? I mean, who product is it? And you say, who product is it? We said, it's not none of ours. We put to go down together. We put to sit in the county jail, and we put to fight that case, hoping that we can get illegal certain procedure or from a traffic situation. But if you're not with that individual, you have no knowledge of it, and you have no play in it, and your name come up in it, you put to telling that person. That's not snitching. That's telling me because you had no knowledge, you had no involvement, you're not a part of that scheme. If I'm robbing a bank, you jump in my car, and I'm over, and they pull both of us over. The Uber person but say, no, I had nothing to do with that. And you supposed to take your weight. But nowadays, they would let you go down with them. Instead of them saying, well, this is mine. Because see, when I got hemmed up on my case, it was 6-7 dudes they needed to know about. And they know who I'm talking about because they're my main people. They never knew about them. My right-hand man, my bros, my cousin, they'd never know because I took their weight and it was over. But nowadays, people get hemmed up, they get caught, and they sit there and make sure that other people's name come up, but they don't think people will tell on you. So that's something different. It's the difference between snitching and telling. Snitching is we did the crime together, and telling is I had no knowledge of it and I told on you.
Look, we see this all the time. A bunch of folks that don't care about each other, and they expect people to have trust in them enough to not snitch on them, and they don't even care about that person's well-being. I'm talking about, I hear it all the time about people saying, well, I don't want to put my own people in prison. But what about your own people killing your own people? Let's get to that first. I feel like prison is a place for criminals, no matter if you're white, you're black. If you're a criminal, you do the crime, you do the time. Now, somebody expecting a civilian to take a criminal's measures or a street person's measures on the way of how they get their revenge, that doesn't say too much. That's an idiot. I feel like you can't tell somebody how to react when you do something towards them. And if it comes down to, somebody snitching on you because maybe you shouldn't have these people around that you can't trust. You don't put your trust into people that if you're going to go out there and commit crimes, why would you trust any old body? That makes you a stupid criminal. So you have to wake up. It's not about just the fact of snitching. It's about who is doing the talking and what are they doing the talking for and who are they telling on. Be smart, wisen up, and realize prison is not just about, they're just throwing a certain amount of people in prison here and there. It's if you're doing these stupid idiot crimes with stupid idiot people, of course they're going to snitch on you. What do you think you're going to do at the last minute? Try to scare them out of tactics of not snitching on you when their life is up for jeopardy? I mean, come on, man. You have to weigh this thing out. Use this and you won't get into these types of situations. You guys let me know down below how you feel in this whole situation. And leave your comments down below if you want to talk to me on my live show, 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right